All right, hello everybody. Now it's time for a little bit of Cameltry. This is a game where you navigate a marble around a maze. You've heard of the heliocentric universe where the Earth revolves around the sun. Well, Taito invented the marble-centric universe where everything revolves around this blue marble, and you have to make it go to the goal through all the hazards along the way. So without further ado, we're gonna pop in a quarter and get started. So thanks everybody who donated. We will be doing special course. Check it out. There's so many levels. It wraps around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, back the other way, 8, 9, 10. So we're on very hard rank. All right. We start out with a relatively chill level. It's if you look at the walls, you can see that it's counting down numbers, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's how you know how close you are to the exit of each stage. I want to avoid these pinball bumpers, especially avoid the X's because they subtract time available on the in-game timer, and then reach the goal. If you're familiar with Super Nintendo graphics, that might feel like Mode 7 graphics, the game, what with all of the spinning. These bricks I can break through as long as I'm going fast enough, and there'll be a few places where I need to really pick up some speed in order to get enough oomph to break through the bricks. The game has a knob that rotates the whole world and a button. The button makes you fall faster, but the button also makes you bounce farther and more uncontrollably. So you really don't want the button held down all the time. You want it held down when you're going to be making a long straightaway with no bounces. So there's a little bit of strategy. You can finish most of the game without ever touching the button. There's just a couple spots where you'll need the button to smash out of some tight places. There's a lot of cool background art happening. This level is Techno Cave, which I think is where Daft Punk hangs out in between fighting crime. And there's all these bats flying around. The bats don't interact with you. They're just there for decoration. There's a lot of stuff just there for decoration. It's really just you and the marble and the maze and the walls. All right, I need to be going fast enough to break a block. There we go. I broke the +3 seconds block. I love those red force fields that make nice woo 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 noises. We get a nice time refill. Oh yeah, this is a place where you actually do have to use the button to smash out of that prison. You get a big hefty time refill at the end of each stage. You can also lose time by hitting the X's, gain time by hitting these +3 blocks. If you run out of time, the game ends. So you're not going to get killed by anything else. It's literally just time over. This does make it a great speedrun game. I'll put in a quick plug. I'm almost the only person who puts time on this game on speedrun.com. I think my time is pretty good, but I think it's beatable. So y'all are invited to post up some times on speedrun.com. You can start with the beginner stage, which is much easier than this one. Work your way up to expert and then to special course. This level will do some loop-de-loops to get enough juice going to break through these walls and smash through. Alright, we do not want to hit those walls. It's okay if we hit one here and there, and honestly it might be better than spending time trying to avoid it. But the ideal run does not hit those walls, and also doesn't get stuck there. There we go. Okay, come on. There we go. That's not the wall we need to break. We need to break that one. There we go. Now a long straightaway. Excellent. All right, now we're on Saw Panic. This is a very hard level to do extremely well. There's no big time losses. You have to get through this sawtooth pattern. It's very hard to avoid tinking off of the edges. And then you do a reverse sawtooth pattern up ahead, where again, it's very hard to avoid having a lot of little hits off of these walls. So we just do as best we can while we watch the platypus fly by in the background, flying onward into infinity. Yeah, this game was, there's a Super Nintendo version called On the Ball that has a totally different set of levels. I don't know why they called the game Cameltry. There are no camels features in the game, but it's a pretty cool game. It's even got a little bit of lore, some mostly just very silly ending sequences. All right, let's go all the way around. There we go. We like time freeze. The question mark blocks can do a variety of good things, or they can do nothing. They're never bad, but they can do nothing at all. And there's World 7 done. World 8, Magician's Escape, will do a little bit more of the loop-de-loops to smash through walls, with some slightly distracting lightning happening in the background. This is one of my favorite levels. I love the vibe of the background art, and it has a nice variety of hazards. All right, I want to take that turn slightly tighter. There we go. There we go. We got our lucky. Alright, the Gate of Thorns. This level really does have a gate theme. There'll be a lot of places where we have to pass in through narrow spaces, like a camel through the eye of the needle. I'm probably overthinking that. There's also point pickups along the way. Points don't really do anything except give you bragging rights. This is such a speedrun friendly game that I feel like it's really all about the elapsed time anyway. If you're not doing well, the game will take mercy on you. If you have just a few seconds left on the clock when you clear a level, you get a little slot machine where it'll give you bonus time. There's even a 1 in 10 chance to get 20 seconds added back onto the clock after you run out of time completely. But we're hopefully not going to be triggering that. A lot more of the ooh, ooh, ooh noises. Ooh, ooh. Yeah, this stage terrified me when I was first learning it, but it can go pretty quickly once you sort of get the knack of it. I don't know if I can explain exactly what I'm doing other than, you know, make the marble go to the right place. And time! Oh yeah, I didn't start the timer. My track record for starting timers on marathons is not very good, but that was a 1 credit clear and a pretty decent time, 5 minutes 37. All right, and the marble returns to the goddess of space-time, Yurika. Who is she? Where did she come from? We don't know, it's not explained, but that's the lore. All right, we'll take just a second to input our initials before we get the game over screen that looks like some Eastern Bloc font. Check out this Soviet-style game over screen. It's game over! It's no more! Alright, that's it for my first game, so we can cut off any time and I'll switch over to the next one.